Good evening to our lovely viewers and welcome back to yet again another episode of Career Chronicles, where of course we provide you with industry expert advice and profile local figures that are making an impact in society. So stay tuned as we unpack the first segment of the show. Okay viewers, welcome back to our expert advice segment. Today I am joined none other than a multi-award winning content creator and the former face of Fly Namibia, Ms. Taimi Naunyango. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So starting off, Taimi, can you just tell our viewers about yourself as an individual and your journey as a content creator? Where did it all start for you?
Well, like you said, I'm Taimi, a multi-award winning content creator. Content creation for me really started 2020. Midst of COVID, travel restrictions, we couldn't really do much. So I thought, let me utilize that time to engage my audience on social media. So I started by creating my YouTube channel. I would then previously share makeup tutorials, that kind of thing, beauty tips. And I realized that I actually have the ability to engage audiences. So I took it across my other platforms.
Okay. Knowing that people that consume content have all different preferences in terms of what they want to consume, how did you engage with your audience in understanding what is their preference? So to say, how did you ensure that your content stays trending?
Right, so the first thing I did was obviously engage my audience in things like your Q&As, having live sessions to just see what are they interested in. Another thing was also I tested out different types of content, so travel vlogs, day in the life vlogs, that kind of thing, just to see which is gaining more traction, and that sort of helped me cater to my audience needs.
Okay, and in terms of collaborations,
right,
we see that really content creators now, as even you yourself, collaborating with different brands. How did you build that connection in terms of getting corporates to come on board, and in terms of monetization, which we will touch on later? How did you really establish that connection?
I think to answer this question, firstly, a lot of people are always asking, is the industry really lucrative? I am here to tell you that it is.
Okay.
I'm living proof. And then how did I get there? The first step is, what I always say to people is, polish up your skills, polish your brand up, your personal brand. You are a walking brand. So when brands find you, you are already established, or you are sort of already doing the necessary things for them to notice you. So work on things like your media kits, your rate cards, your invoices. A brand cannot come to you and say, hi, please send us your rate card, and you have no idea what a rate card is. Exactly. So inform yourself on the industry. What are the terms people are using in the industry? That kind of thing. And then also just present yourself as such. Right.
Okay. Most of the time people just see the good side of your content creation, your hard work, that you're getting sponsored by so and so. But what were the main challenges you faced in this industry, and how did you overcome them?
I think one of the biggest challenges, and I think this is everybody's challenge, is our population to start with. We have a very small population compared even to countries like South Africa. So building an organic natural audience is quite difficult. So you need to work on strategies to tap into international audiences. I think also one of the challenges is some brands still don't see value in digital marketing. So you really need to go out of your way to convince them to say, this is the value I bring to the table. This is how I could add value to your brand. And so that kind of thing. Okay. And we saw recently with the Ministry of Communication and Technology announcing that they plan on introducing monetization for platforms such as YouTube. From a professional content creator like yourself, what does that mean for the Namibian content industry? I'm super excited for a time as such. To be honest, we've been waiting for this. We've been praying for this as Namibian content creators. Reason being, Namibian content creators cannot generate revenue of ad revenue directly from YouTube. So I currently do make money off YouTube, but I cannot generate off ad revenue. We shouldn't get that confused. So when my audience are watching, they don't see ads. But if I go to South Africa and I watch one of my videos, there's ads. And ads generate the most money. So it's going to be a game changer. Firstly, it will motivate creators, even just to push out quality content, because now there's returns coming in. And another thing also, it will allow us to tap into other audience, international audiences as well. We'll get noticed. So I'm really excited for a time as such.
And finally, Taimi, what advice would you have for aspiring content creators? How do they really professionalize their content and really put it out there for corporates to take them serious?
This one goes back to the point that I was making to say have certain things in place. So your media kits, your rate cards, understand, do a little bit of research on the industry. Also put yourself out there. I want to tell people that in as much as brands are watching, quiet mouths don't get fed. Go out there, pitch yourself, let people know what value you bring to the table. Another tip would also be show up professionally. Even if you're not in a professional setting, you are a walking brand. So it's very important for you to present yourself as such. Another tip would also be to invest in quality, whether it's a gadget, whether it's a tripod, whether it's going for a master class, invest in quality.
Okay. Thank you so much, Taimi Naunyango, for joining us today. It was really an honor being in your presence today.
Thank you for having me.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, and a multi-award-winning content creator, Ms. Taimi Naunyango, giving us insights on the content creation industry. Thank you so much for joining us, and stay tuned for the next segment. Welcome back, viewers. For our Spotlight segment, today I'm joined by the founder of SamMate Couture and Upholstery, Mr. Samuel Matende. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So just to start off, Samuel, what is SamMate Couture and Upholstery?
So that's an introduction that you're asking for. So I would say SamMate Couture is a local Namibian company that was actually started up in 2016. I, as the founder, who's currently the production manager, started this company to actually get the twist or the mix of creativity and craftsmanship. So the creativity is a part of it is the fashion part of it, which is I'm a fashionable person. I understand fashion. I love fashion and I love creativity. So that's how the initial idea of the fashion brand came about. So the upholstery, this is something that came from the craftsmanship that I learned from my father and my granddad. So these people, my relatives, my forefathers, actually had the capacity to fix chairs, to create chairs and, using fabrics and all that, not just woodwork, but they would infuse it with that. So that's how I came to learn that, no, I actually am a tailor. So I understand fashion, I love fashion, and this part of my family which I cannot leave behind, which is the craftsmanship. So I got this all two together and put them to come up with this company that which has to deal with fashion and upholstery. That's SamMate Couture and Upholstery.
Okay, wonderful. In terms of quality, content and your productions with your upholstery and your fashion perspective of how you do things, how do you maintain the quality of your products, and how does it distinguish your products from your competitors?
So when it comes to quality and production, this is we follow the global trend. We are still an SME. It's a growing company, so we follow the global trends, which just to make sure that we are delivering what people expect. But not forgetting that there's still traditional upholstery, there's still that classical upholstery and vintage. So all these aspects, when we meet people, when we meet clients, we get to the process actually is different when it comes to the upholstery part of it and the fashion part of it. So explaining the upholstery part of it, if you are a client, I meet up with you, I assess your situation, what kind of what kind of couches, beds, or whatever, if it's be it kind interiors that you'd like, what colors. We look into those kind of things before we enter into deciding onto what type of fabrics to get. So the different types of fabrics as well. So we have substandard and A grade fabrics. So all these things come in play, and also the budget of the client. So all these kind of things come to play, and following the global trends, we make sure that we keep up with modern suppliers, people that are trying to be innovative, using leather in different colors, because I believe you will never find an animal with pink leather, but such kind of things are available. So we try to see all these different suppliers that can help us, and also try to connect with different industry leaders that will give us motivation and also guide us through on how to prosper in this kind of business. So for the fashion part of it, it's actually more of the simplest part, but the most complex, because you are dealing directly with somebody, and since we are a couture means it's tailor-fitted for you, for the client. So it becomes a bit of a challenge, because it's not all clients know what they want. Exactly. Sometimes a client will just come, and then you have to work around their ideas, which they don't even know. Sometimes they're just all scrambled ideas, and you have to work around that to bring up a piece that is appealing to you and both the client and the public as well. Okay. So that's, I believe that's how we follow the trends and also just keep up with the market.
Okay. We do see currently now with the market, the employment market is really saturated, so to say. In terms of being an entrepreneur, being self-employed, and running this upholstery and fashion business, would you say it's lucrative? And if so, what advice would you have for people that want to penetrate this industry? What does it take?
So every business is lucrative. That's one thing I would say. It all depends who's there and your ambition, your plans, your ideas, and what is in it for you. So you going there with the wrong intention will not serve you any purpose. But going there with a clear intention, knowing what you'd like, what you want, is very crucial to any kind of business. So the upholstery and fashion business, fashion never ends, because fashion comes with style, fashion comes with trends, fashion is the new thing every now and then. So that can never die. So it's that's why I'm saying it's lucrative, because as a fashion designer, you have your own style, you have your own content, you have your own market. Because not all fashion designers do the same thing. You'd find a street fashion designer, streetwear fashion designer, a high-class fashion designer, or couture fashion designer, a ready-to-wear fashion designer. All those kind of things come into play. Namibia is a small country with a small population, which is still growing. We are developing, so all these aspects, and people are trying new things every now and then, new clothing, new designs. People are getting comfortable with expressing who they are. So in that case, fashion will never die. So for the upholstery part of it, everybody wants to have a beautiful looking house. I wouldn't want to come into a house and I just find furniture that does not that's not comfortable. Exactly, it's a home is a place where we come and rest. It's a place where we come and have our peaceful moments. So with this upholstery, because upholstery, it's not just about reupholstering, because it can be from scratch, creating a couch from scratch, creating a bed from scratch. We have seen that we are in this modern era, we're having different types of couches. Back then we only had 2 long couches, but now we have recliners, we have all those innovations. So all those kind of things, we look into them. And with this kind of couches, like recliners, when they come into the market, people are actually not taught about what are the disadvantages or how to handle this kind of things. You find a client will buy a leather couch, but put it in corrugated iron house, which is very hot or very cold, which destroys the leather. So that also, so some of those kind of things we also do talk to our clients when we render services to them. We tell them how to treat leather, how to take care of this, where to place this and all that. So I believe, because be it somebody that wants to enter into fashion advising or upholstery advising, there's still a market, because it's just not limited to you being a tailor or an upholstery craftsman. You can always step into the different segments of the fashion aspect of it or the upholstery part of it.
You did mention earlier about, in terms of your fashion and designing, having clients that really, you're working with clients that really sometimes don't know what they want. You have to really work around the idea and see what is really doable. So I just want to find out, what are some of the most challenging tasks that you were assigned with in terms of projects, and how did you overcome them?
That's great question, because I would say every task comes with its distinctive challenges. And, ideas to learn from.
Yeah.
But I would say one of the greatest project I think I've worked on myself is the mask of COVID-19,
okay.
creating masks. So I've during the time of COVID, I believe I myself, not as the company, I myself produced at least over 20,000 masks.
Okay.
Yes, including with the other employees now, I believe all in total, I would say we had plus minus 70,000 masks that we produced in Namibia. Okay. So this was a very crucial thing because it was the time of it was a pandemic, so people were very unstable, not knowing who to trust, what to do, but I got a couple of tenders. That's how I ended up producing this amount of masks. But it was a challenge because we had to work in an environment which was a bit more hostile, and a new environment, new things. And actually, when I started creating this mask, it wasn't with the idea that they are going to sell. It was just, let me give it a try.
Okay.
So that was the hard part of it, really, just getting a capital, investing it into something that you don't know that either it's going to work or work. But I'm glad that it did.
Just briefly, Samuel, can you just tell us the future plans for SamMate Couture and Upholstery, very briefly?
Yeah, so currently, the SamMate Couture is is transitioning into a manufacturing company, fully manufacturing company. So currently we are running programs, projects like the graduation programs, which are seasonal. Yeah. So it's from May to April, May, around that time, and October. And then that's our future plan, and also supply more uniforms to the country, because we don't really have enough companies that produce uniforms in our country. Yeah. So be it nursing uniforms, hospital uniforms, or military uniforms, because all I know is August 26 is the only company that does that. Yeah. But we are also venturing into that, or Dinapam. Yeah. Then when it comes to the upholstery part of it, we would like to try out the recreation of, not recreation, actually fresh new products into the market. We are working on a project where we are bringing in Namibian produced couches and beds.
Okay. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, for our Spotlight segment. We're joined by Mr. Samuel Matende, the founder of SamMate Couture and Upholstery. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me again.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for the next segment of the show.
For over 2 decades, the Namibia Institute of Pathology Limited, NIP, has been at the forefront of delivering accessible and affordable medical laboratory services. Established in the year 2000, this public enterprise plays a vital role in strengthening Namibia's healthcare system. As a commercial public enterprise under the Public Enterprises Governance Act, our mission is to serve both the public and private healthcare sectors with innovative laboratory services that focus on saving lives every day. Our revenue is generated through medical laboratory services, with the public sector as our largest market through our partnership with the Ministry of Health and Social Services. At NIP, our vision is to be a trusted, customer-centric, and innovative medical laboratory service provider of choice. Our mission is to provide reliable, accessible, and innovative medical laboratory services responsive to our customer needs, guided by our values: innovation, accountability, commitment, teamwork, fairness, accessible, integrity, and respect. We operate 37 laboratories nationwide, serving all 14 regions of Namibia. 14 of our laboratories are internationally accredited under ISO 15189, reinforcing our commitment to global quality standards. We have successfully transitioned 10 of these laboratories to the recent ISO 15189-2022 standard. With our laboratory footprint, we ensure seamless access to routine diagnostic tests. Pathology is at the heart of healthcare. Studies show that 70% of medical decisions rely on laboratory results. The Namibia Institute of Pathology Limited empowers doctors with critical insights ensuring accurate and timely diagnosis for effective treatment for our people. Our business model is built on understanding customer needs and delivering tailored solutions through innovation, technology, and expertise to ensure a healthy nation. Namibia Institute of Pathology Limited, where commitment matters and quality prevails.
Hello, everybody's good. My name is Lucid Meno. I'm a business owner, entrepreneur. I run an SME, Lucid Meno's Upholstery, Carpentry and Joinery. We are now based here at BJ, close to Sam Nujoma Stadium. And we are a furniture shop, furniture company. We manufacture and distribute all types of furniture. So right now we are busy with headboards. We make sofas, and also we make cupboards, wardrobes, side tables, same day delivery for some items. Some items you have to place an order, wait for us to finish within 3 days or 5 days. We deliver to your place, you pay the remaining amount. And yeah, that's basically it. I started doing this business about 3 years ago in Soweto. I was inspired by my mentor and business partner, Vincent Muyumba. He's currently in the United States of America, also doing upholstery right now. And yeah, he taught me mostly everything that I know. And I've been working with him for like 2 years because he just left to the United States last year. And yeah, so here we are. I have a great passion for business and entrepreneurship, and we have a very high unemployment rate in Namibia. You know, even though some people have degrees and they have high intellect, and you know, sometimes you have to do something with your hands. So that's why I decided to do furniture, to do upholstery, to do joinery, and to do carpentry. And here at our carpenter workshop, we have 2 door cupboards in stock. And we have about 10 employees working day in, day out from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. doing this every day. Thank you so much for visiting our lovely workshop. We highly appreciate the love and support that everybody's been showing us. I urge all the young people to do something with their life, focus on something, stay passionate about something, don't stay home, don't be lazy, and just, yeah, do something. Just do something that's good. Yeah.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes us to yet again another episode of Career Chronicles. If you missed this episode, you can always catch the repeat on our website, oneup2.com. From myself, Elliot Ipinge, it's good night.